Hello, and thank you for our first pilot episode of Citizens' Point of Real News. My name is Chuck.
I am Carlos.
And today we're talking about Trump Wall and how, discussing what the news has been talking about lately. Carlos, what have they been really talking about Trump's wall?
Well, they're saying that he's breaking, and that if you've seen what's going on out there, they're talking a lot about how in the beginning he was saying how, he's going to make a wall, he's going to go from sea to shining sea, and it's going to cover everything. And now with the budget, he's just talking about, it's just going to, cover the high priority areas. So, he looks a little weak in his speeches, but he's still very firm.
What's the discussion on building the wall is really going to keep the illegals out, keep the, people not coming in? Do you think it's really going to be that beneficial?
No. I don't think it's going to really keep them out.
I don't think so.
If anything, I would say it would just increase it. Especially once they start building it, and maybe for a moment it might decrease it. But once, Mexicans figure out a way, it's just going to keep on going.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's not really about keeping illegals or legals out, however, from separating each other. I basically have 3 reasons on why the wall is being built. The first one, in my opinion, is that Trump's trying to create more jobs.
And I strongly agree with you. Yeah, he's going to create a lot of jobs and high-paying jobs for those coyotes out there smuggling these immigrants into, America. So
I think it's for, both. Let's discuss the terms of both for Americans and maybe non-Americans. But it does create a lot of wealth, supplying employees with the jobs.
Yes.
So number 2 is also the reason the wall is getting built is Donald Trump's being a closer, being what he promised in his election, getting it done in terms of making it happen. As he never failed.
I think it comes down to the point of view of the person. Some could say, or some already saying, that he's already failed because he said he promised that Mexico would pay for the wall. And if you've heard the president of Mexico and the one before him, they always said no, that they're not going to be paying for that wall. Not even giving any support or any of that sort.
This is the assumption that maybe that, we'll get turned around again. It's all about getting it done. And that this was his promise, how it was supposed to happen. So I really think it's just being a good closer as he made a bunch of deals in his lifetime, getting the job done. And I think that's number 2 in what he's really about, getting the promise.
No, and I agree with that. Because at the end of the day, even though maybe it wasn't always planned the way he wanted to, which was, Mexico to pay for it, I think it comes down to at least he's getting it done compared to many presidents before him.
Yeah, this is true. We're also bringing up something about Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yes. Well, it's already too late. But before, when Ronald Reagan was president, there was open borders. So Mexicans could come and work with a work visa or work permit, and they would pay their taxes here. When they were done working, they would go back to Mexico and, be able to help out their families. And a lot of people said that back then that really helped out a lot. There was not so much illegal immigration occurring, and I strongly believe in that. But now it's too late because, there's walls already up, not completed, but that's what Trump is saying. He's going to be making a complete wall.
It really doesn't have effect on it having a wall or not. Again, in my opinion, if there's a wall or not, it will limit a little bit, like you said, maybe decrease at the beginning, but it can't really be there or not. If it's there, there's already a wall, like you're saying, there's already a wall there. Not a brick wall, but a wall, and it's fine. It works for the moment. Again, you also have border patrols that still limit people from coming in. But I would say the main reason Donald Trump wants this wall is to have his legacy stamped into America, having an American wall.
That is so true. Just like the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
And what was the other one that you were talking about? The
Berlin Wall.
Yes.
The Berlin Wall. You know, these are famous walls that have been put up in other countries that have helped. You know, and to have Trump established being the first president to make a wall in our country, it would continue his legacy for over 200 years easily if he created the American Wall. You know, the border wall, whatever you want to call it.
Trump's wall.
Yeah, Trump's wall. You know, and then he'll be recognized for being one of the greatest presidents to achieve something that great.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Donald Trump has done a lot, in my opinion, for this country. And, you know,
for business owners as well.
This is true. This is true. So, anything else about the legacy of Donald Trump?
No, just for you viewers, what do you think? Do you think he's going to win? Does it look like he's starting to have a little bit of fear that he might not be able to get what he wanted? We are going into over a month already of the government shutdown, and it seems to be continuing with no end, and both sides not budging at all.
This is true. In my opinion, I do think Trump is still winning. I think he still will triumph and win this case. Your opinion?
Well, for me, my opinion is, I hope. I mean, I know being an immigrant is different, but I am someone who I strongly believe in Trump for his business personality, his character, the way he is. He's a person that is always working hard and getting stuff done. So regardless whether you like this man or not, he's always someone who, you know, like right now, he's looking for a way to get the job done. Maybe it may not be beneficial to every single person out there, but, you know, that's just the way he is. He has to get this wall built.
That's true. Being, like I said in number 2, being a closer. It's all about being a closer. Yeah. You know, doing his promises, getting what he did when he got it during the election. Well, thank you for tuning in this episode of CPORN.
And we hope you enjoy it. If you do, please comment, like, and subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications of when we release our next episode.
Have an awesome day. Thank you.
Bye.